Let's go live. Let's get right into it. Oh my goodness. All right, we are currently live. Bet. Not gonna lie. Free agency. Less than what? 24 hours? Less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours. And it's already going crazy. Already going crazy. Shout out to James Harden's camp. Every single year. You need some news, something happened, call James Harden. He'll get you right. Go ahead and send this out real quick. Oh snap. Man, this thing is doing that for no reason. Hold on. Alrighty. Let me do this. No, it's not it. Alrighty, 1 sec. Send this out. There we go. Let me go. Let me play this real quick. Unbelievable. No, we'll go here. Yeah. Let me share this real quick. Yeah, man. James Harden. Unbelievable. Stuff is crazy. Stuff is actually crazy. I didn't think the Sixers were actually going to do it. They actually would not give him an extension. When you think about it, low key makes sense. Low key makes a lot of sense. Previewing and previewing. Gonna set this out real quick. Sending this out, sending the link out so everyone can see. If you're watching already, shout out to you. Previewing the 2023 free. I said 33. No. Free agent. No, I don't want to capitalize that. That looks weird. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Gosh, I need to have this actually set beforehand. There we go. Fire emoji. Let me copy that. Copy, post. Alrighty. Let me go tap this in real quick. We're going to get right into it very soon. Let me send this link out. Shouldn't take too long. There we go. Bet. All right. And send it to a few group chats like always. You know what it is. Boom. Boom. Actually, I'm not sending it. I'm good. All right, let's get right into it, man. Hey, man. Whew, my goodness. James Harden. If you haven't seen already, if you've been under the rock for the past, 2 hours? Yeah, man, James Harden. He is currently about to be traded, apparently, from reports. We go right to where Woj said it. Woj said it earlier. I think around like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Where is it? Yep, right here. Breaking, James Harden is picking up his $35.6 million option, and sides are beginning to work together in exploring trade scenarios. Sources tell ESPN expected that Harden has played his last game for Philadelphia. Okay. Well, that's the biggest. That's already. That's the first. What's it called in bowling? The first pin knocked down in free agency. Yeah, basically. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Shams tweeted it out too. Working on a trade out of Philadelphia, which 76 expected to emerge as an interested team in Harden. But man, what's good? What's good, Rich? What's good? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even know what to say. Like, let me go to what Woj said earlier. I think he said this earlier today.
Now mean for James Harden as well as the Sixers?
Kevin, what it means is that James Harden has likely played his last game in Philadelphia less than 2 years after forcing his way to the Sixers and the
You know what's crazy? Like, but actually, let me let Walsh finish. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm gonna skip a little ahead so it doesn't get copyrighted.
about a James Harden deal. But this was essentially James Harden looking out into free agency if he had declined that player option and not seeing perhaps the kind of long-term commitment he wanted from the Sixers or perhaps another team. Houston had been a team where there had been a mutual interest, and the Rockets have over $60 million in cap space. But they're
$60 million. They said no to bring the hometown hero back. Well, that's insane. That's insane. Wait, what's the first thoughts when I think about him getting that trade request? I won't lie. For Harden to not get a deal done and feel like, first of all, if you're a Houston fan, you kind of had an idea how many games is Westbrook, Harden, PG. I'm not gonna lie, the Clippers have a very good shot at the Clippers have a really good shot at actually getting Harden. I think it makes a lot of sense from both parties, everybody involved. But like, if you were a Houston fan, you kind of already knew that like this entire news of James Harden wanting to come back to Houston, Philadelphia not being sure, like it felt as if like it was a whole leverage play. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, second round exit. We'll get into the teams that are definitely in play to get Harden, but it really felt as if like the entire summer, it just felt like an entire way for Harden to get his bread, get his money, and he's an all-star player. But I'm seeing that this is free agency, so you're obviously going to be shocked. But seeing that the Sixers basically were the ones saying, "Hey, we couldn't come to terms on a long-term deal. They didn't feel comfortable paying him for a long-term deal." Yeah, this really puts a hole into this. This affects everybody. I think it affects. First of all, it affects James Harden. Where is he going to go next season? I think now his contract going into next season. Let me go pull him up real quick because he's a free agent. Let me go share the screen. Yeah, let me go share this real quick. James Harden. Oh, since he opted in, he technically is not a free agent. But James Harden's contract, 1 year, $35 million. That is a steal of a contract to get on a player if you just want to go out and try to put your chips in and try to win. And I think he's still an all-star. He's still an all-star caliber player. I think he's still a great playmaker. Averaged 21 and 10 this season. But now you think about what do the Sixers get back in return for Harden, because they're not going to get much back in return for a guy coming out for 1 year. The question now are you can think about what they do with Embiid. Embiid has not said anything about him wanting out, but it's like, the writing is I mean, it's be obvious with ourselves here. Like if Harden is on his way out and they don't get much in return, and there's a lot of things to think about, especially with what Embiid may want, because he is an MVP this past season. He wants to continuously try to win. You saw how Jokic performed this year. You've seen how other players in his own position have performed. He's trying to prove himself. I would doubt he wants to take a year where he's not improving. The team is not improving. So there's question marks in that aspect. Then you got to look at the aspect where other teams who want to gain Harden. You have the Miami Heat. And we're gonna go into the trade machine. We're gonna try to put in our GM caps and try to actually figure out if we can get a trade out. Figure if we can make a viable trade for most of these teams that have ability to get him. You have the Miami Heat. You have the Portland Trailblazers. You have the Clippers. You have the Knicks. There are so many teams that are now able to go ahead and get James Harden. And it's a steal. It's a steal. Let me type this in. James Harden. Nah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's still on. Let me see. Let me share the screen. Yeah. Am I sharing the screen? No, I'm not sharing the screen. There we go. What's up? What's good, bro? What's good, man? What's good? Let me get it. Shout out to y'all for pulling up, man. I know it's kind of late. I got off of work, had to get some food. I was tired. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was tired. I had to get some stuff done. But showing y'all real quick. Yeah, man. So he opts in going into next season's $35 million. That means the next season, after this upcoming season, no team can extend him. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent, meaning he's free into the market. So that means a lot of things. It means that if you're going to trade for him, you basically need to put in all your chips to try to win this upcoming season. If you're trading for Harden, you need to be in a position to like, okay, we're winning. We're going for a championship. The Miami Heat make a lot of sense. I think you package players like Hero and Lowry, throwing some picks, boom, you have a trade there. Portland has been trying to get a trade done. They're definitely a team. I just think the Clippers make a lot of sense too. Like, I mean, it's a steal of a contract. You look at other teams too, and I don't even mention them. Yeah, like New York has a really, really, really good chance at getting like what makes it so interesting with Harden doing all this. Like 24 hours ago, the best point guards that people could really, really go and get in the free agent market was, let's say, like a Fred VanVleet. You know, Houston has Fred VanVleet on their radar, and he's arguably like around, let's say, $40 million, right? But you got Harden on a 1-year deal for 35. And I think Harden is a much better playmaker. He's a much better scorer. Like we know Harden's a better player. But now we're just raised the question mark of like, you know, a lot of teams who are looking at all these other guards, do you just want to go ahead and get Harden on a 1-year rental and not have to give up too much? So you could do that. And that's just like it's interesting. It's interesting how they go about it. Let me go. I'm gonna go back to Twitter and see if there were any other big moves. Actually, let me go back to what Woj was saying here. Let me go back to what he was saying.
Their focus has been elsewhere in free agency, and I think for James Harden, his best chance to be on a contending team this year was to opt in and find a trade. But I think it's his expectation, and also the Sixers, that they're going to find a trade. We'll see how long that takes.
What are the landing spots in your?
Yeah, let me skip up. Yeah, but we knew this though. So opts in, asks for a trade. It's so funny. I'm gonna mention this later, but I'm gonna mention it later. But let me just skip over because him and two other dudes be running this league as if like it's a pickup basketball game. But you know, that's whatever.
How's Los Angeles
That's never
Clippers?
here or there.
They have been on the search for a point guard.
Correct.
Clippers. They have been on the search for a point guard to lead that
for like
group.
at least 3 years.
I think certainly there's a real opportunity for them to bring Russell Westbrook back in free agency. He was outstanding for them last year, but certainly Harden would bring a different dimension. They brought in John Wall last year in free agency. It didn't work out.
John Wall did not work. That was bad. And funny enough, that was just a bad signing. Westbrook was so much better.
For the future draft pick, but the Sixers they're going to want to get some value back for James Harden. New York's another team that I think is going to look at this. They've got
New York
a lot
has
of
the
assets.
pieces.
Perhaps they didn't have to give up much to get Harden. That's a tougher trade for Philly, putting him in their own.
Yeah, but we know that it's what we're just talking about. Some of the things that we kind of already knew. We know how important, and we understand that. But reason why I think now, let me go back. I'm sharing the teams, all the team salary cap and all that stuff right now. The reason why I think the Clippers, and people who watch this later on, maybe like a few weeks later when we finally figure out where they're going, I might be wrong, but this is my theory. The Clippers make the most sense because if they can't win this next season, if they go and get Harden, it just makes the most sense to blow it up. So like we all know, if you guys don't already know, the new CBA came into effect, I believe, yesterday. And if you don't know anything about the new CBA, there's a whole bunch of new restrictions coming to teams that's overspend. And if you're an overspending team and you go above a certain amount of money on the salary cap, basically into if you spend a lot of money in the NBA currently, there's going to be a lot more restrictions on what you can do to build your team up when it comes to free agency, trades, contract extensions, so on. I have a video dropping on that tomorrow. When you look at the cap space these dudes have, actually, I have to go all the way. They're all the way down, actually. The Clippers, they say the 110 million letting go, bro. Yeah. So right now they're at 207 million. I'm gonna go to the 207 million right now. Let's see. And I think when does he come off the books? Where does he come off the books? Am I sharing the screen? I think he is. Let me show. Stuff is so hard to actually 2024, 2025. Let me update that. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, you got Paul George and Kawhi on player options. If you're able to trade for James Harden, you kind of have an idea of like, okay, well, we can't get it done this year. Let's go ahead and just blow this up. On top of that, they're already so far up in the salary cap. They're past the second apron, which is where the restrictions begin. You kind of want to have some cap relief the next season to where then the 2024-2025 season where you can actually now make drastic decisions on your roster to where you can either rebuild, move some guys, but you guys can do so much more if they go ahead and trade for Harden this season. Let me go to this because I want to show how they're gonna get it done. Yeah, the Clippers have a really, really good shot at getting him. So Of course, James Harden is the most number one traded player right now, obviously, because the news. All right, add team 2. Oh yeah, if my internet will let me, like, golly, come on, let's get to it. I know I'm connected too. Like, what's going on? Clippers. All right, bet. So James Harden clearly getting traded to, and he's making 35 M's, traded to the Clippers for sure. What are they going to give up? Well, the new coach is Nick Nurse from the Sixers. Let's assume Norman Powell gets moved. I assume he would get moved in this deal, 3-year deal. Trades to 76ers. Eric Gordon, I believe, is non-guaranteed, so I won't count his contract. Let's see. Who else do they have on their roster they can trade? Ooh, this roster is low-key kind of crud. I'm not going to lie. Marcus Morris. Trade to 76ers. Off that right there, you can make that move. But, I mean, of course, you're going to have to throw in you got to throw something in for them to enjoy. Like, Augusty Hoser writes a swat. It's not a good pick. You could throw a 2027 round. Do they even throw in picks? We'll leave the picks out of there. We'll leave the picks out. But off players, this is doable. Sixers trade Norman Powell, Marcus Morris Sr., maybe throwing another young player. They get James Harden. And that's fine. And if you get James Harden going into this next season, he comes off the books, Kawhi, PG, you can go ahead and even if they accept their player options, you can still move these guys. Like, there's a lot of things you can do. So I think the Clippers are going to want to really, really get James Harden. They'll be aggressive. I think they might even throw in a lot of more assets for the Sixers to enjoy. I think it makes a lot of sense for them. It makes a lot of sense for them. A lot of sense. Let me see. Let me go back real quick. But yeah, like the Sixers, they're a solid team. They're solid. They're a solid team to get Harden. Another team that looks really, really good to get Harden, the New York Knicks. Funny enough, the problem with this, the problem that I don't like about this, the difference between it just depends on what the Knicks are trying to do long term. Because if you trade for Harden, actually, not even Harden. I think what the Knicks will really try to do is trade for Embiid. The Embiid trade is what they will really try to do if Harden is out. But I'm gonna leave the Knicks out of this for now. I don't think the Knicks will do that with Brunson. The second team, the Eastern Conference, the champions, the Miami Heat. They've been trying to get a Harden in Miami for some time. Harden to Miami, simple. Who do they send over? Kyle Lowry has a big contract, $29 million. Trade to the 76ers. I think you throw in Duncan Robinson. I think Tyler Herro's probably going to have to get moved too. Actually, nah. See, this is disgusting. It really depends on what they want to do. I don't know if the Sixers will take Kyle Lowry. They'll probably take Tyler Herro. But having Tyler Herro and Maxey is redundant, and they're not great defenders. I don't know. Duncan Robinson makes 18. I don't think they want Duncan Robinson. He'd be a good floor stretcher, but I don't know. I don't know if I feel that. I don't think I'm feeling that right now. Maybe. Let me just see if the cap, if it's too much. I think it might be too much money being sent to. Yes, too much money. Way too much money. Cut $12 million in that trade. Yeah, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. Let me close this out. They could really do let me move this. Undo trade. I think they could do Duncan. Trade him to the 76ers. Nope. 500,000 would have to be cut. So let's see. Sixers would have to send in maybe who's the guy who they could trade? Miles Powell, Mac McClung, Kyle. Let's just say, let's do a Miles Powell. Let's just see this. Let me see. Trade to Heat. But the Heat would have to send in a lot of assets for sure. Yeah, this works, but I don't think the Sixers are taking this trade. I don't think the Sixers would take this trade. I think the Sixers trade the Clippers trade makes the most sense. They make the most sense. Like, I don't see it. I don't see it. I for sure don't see it. Let me go back to what the hell was this? No, not college basketball. No, I'm good on that. They have a Spaces community in here. That's actually very live. That's very live. Very, very live. Very, very live. But like I'm saying, yeah, the Clippers make the most sense to go get, and it fits what they need to do, especially with this new CBA, bro. Like, how the hell do I go back to the trade though? There we go. Especially with this new CBA, it makes the most sense for them to go ahead and make a move to go get, bro. It makes the most sense. I think they stay under. Right now, they're at 201 million in their cap right now, right? They're getting taxed like shit right now. Trading to the Clippers. Again, the trade will just look like Norman Powell has ties with Nick Nurse, Marcus Morris coming off the books. I think they'll take that. Throw in some picks as well. That works. I think they're at 202 million, but they really can't cut anything. They need to. Yikes. Yeah. Thing is, this is not a. I mean, if it all just stems down to Kawhi and PG being healthy, but having James Harden playing with these two dudes would look really, really good. Yeah, I think like this is the trade. This is the trade. Adding assets, you could probably make this work. It's mid. It's not enough value for James Harden, the player that we know he is. But coming off of 1 year, it gets really, really gross. But let's try some funky stuff, bro. Because we never know what can happen. Nobody expected Harden to get traded. Let's just say something crazy happens. Let's say another team wants to get into the mix. Let's say who can get in? The Blazers. No, the Blazers will not get into the mix. What I think will the Blazers get into the mix? No. What do y'all think? Will the Blazers? No, they won't get into the mix. They have. Actually, what they could do, they could bring Dame to Philly and send Harden somewhere else. But where will Harden go to? I don't know who would be the third team in this trade. That's the question. I don't know. Hold on. Nah. I think a 3-team trade. Let me go on Google. Let me see what a 3-team trade would look like. 3-team Harden trade. What would that look like? I mean, after going back to all the 3-team trades of when he was traded back in 2021. Bro, please, 2023, dog. Please. Hey, if you're still watching, definitely leave a like on the stream. Shout out to you guys for watching right now, tapping into the stream. Appreciate y'all for real. It's not going to be too long. Just going over some of this free agents that I like, and just the James Harden news. What's going on? Let's see. Nope, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. It's not what I want. Not what I want. Let me go back to it. Viking 3-team. No, this isn't it. This is some time ago. Yeah. Funny enough, there are some reports of Harden. He wanted to come back to Houston, but Houston did not want to pay him that much money. They're already in a rebuild, and I believe head coach Ime Udoka just did not want that. That didn't fit the model of what they're trying to do. But ideally, they could make a trade for James Harden. They literally could do it. They could just send James, trade to the Rockets, Kevin Porter Jr., which I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this at all. I don't personally, but they could definitely get it done. Jayshawn Tate. Where's boys at? Josh Christopher. And I think, wait, was it 215, 6'2", 35? How did they get the trade done? I think it was not Tari Eason, was it? No. Oh, they just stacked a bunch of players. No, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. No, they're not doing that. Definitely not doing that. I just think the Knicks, could they get into the mix? Let's see. They could. I mean, Brunson's already here. That makes no sense. That look, he makes no sense. Brunson and Harden. Actually, if the Knicks wanted to, they could trade RJ Barrett, who's on a 4-year. Again, assets will be moved over and send in. I mean, you could arguably say Josh Hart was coming off that 1 year. Emmanuel, no. I'm not. Oh, Emmanuel Quickly. I want to see if this does enough. No. They got to cut 400 some money. Yeah. So the Knicks could trade. The Knicks could actually get it done. They definitely could get it done. The question is, are the Sixers going to take this back? And the sad thing about all these trades is that, like, compared to how James Harden was traded from the jump back in 2021 and what was given up for him, like the stuff you're getting back now for Philly is completely gross. Like it's completely gross. It's completely gross. And I think there was a, let me see how this was work. They were talking about getting him to the Suns. I mean, let's reset this. Yeah, so yeah, like for sure. Issue. This is my thing too. Like the Blazers and the Knicks are the two teams that I feel like if Harden gets traded and Embiid is like, all right, bro, this is not what I wanted. The Blazers and the Knicks have the guys to get a deal done to get Embiid, especially the Blazers. I think they can get that done. But like we don't know yet. A lot of things are moving right now, so we don't know exactly how that's gonna happen. What's gonna happen next? Let me see real quick. Let me get my yeah. So like let's think of a 3-team trade real quick. And then we'll go back to some of the other free agents and where they might be headed to. Let's say the Suns are really, really trying to get James Harden, right? Let's trade him to the Suns, right? So they have to get rid of, oh my God, they have that DeAndre Ayton contract. I'm not gonna lie to you. A team with Harden, Beal, Booker, Durant is that's insane. That's insane. I feel like it's possible though. But where will Ayton go for you to get this trade done? And who would be a team to take him? The Mavs, right? Let's think of the Mavs. The Mavs have been trying to get Ayton, right? Okay, so you have this doesn't make sense though. Because the Mavs want to re-sign Kyrie. They're not going to lose Kyrie to get DeAndre Ayton and what? DeAndre Ayton and who else? No, this doesn't work. I don't think the Mavs would be a third team in this trade. Well, let me see. No, Kyrie would have to go to he would actually have to go to Philly. But I mean, that's just a lateral move. I don't know. It'd be a sign and trade, but no, I don't see this happening. I don't see this happening. I don't see that happening at all. At all. At all. Nah. But nah, man. I think just from looking at it, and again, I didn't do like a whole deep dive of how the numbers are gonna look and what teams and what players. I just feel like there's only a few teams that have enough to really, really gauge a James Harden trade. But to be very honest with you, wherever James Harden wants to go, he's gonna go. That's how it happens. I mean, the past 3 years, it's 3 guys in the league right now that are playing bully ball with GMs. Like they bullying GMs right now. They are bullying GMs. Harden, KD, and Kyrie are bullying GMs right now, especially the Nets. The Nets GM, yeah, he got bullied. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Wherever they want to go, they're gonna head to. And I think that if with Harden's situation, I think the Clippers are the team that has enough to get it done, and they probably will get it done. I highly think they will get it done. I highly think they will get it done. If not them, then nah. I want to look at Embiid trades, but I don't want to jump the gun with him. I don't even think that's that's going to happen. But if Harden is out, I could see him getting to the Blazers. See him going to Blazers are nasty. The Western Conference is getting gross. Every team in the Western Conference is just getting nastier every single week. That conference is going to be like eat on the Eastern Conference for some time. It's going to be very, very nasty. But nah, man, let me go into some of the other free agents real quick. We've been talking about Harden for the past like 30 minutes. We'll come back to that too if anyone else has any questions about that stuff though. But nah, leave a like on the stream. Like it up, man. Appreciate y'all boys for tapping in for real, man. Free agency tomorrow. Y'all didn't have to tap into it. I appreciate it, bro. I be making videos and TikToks and stuff like that, the live stream stuff. We're still kind of new to it, but appreciate y'all for tapping in. Where the hell is the free agent trackers? I'm trying to get to that. Where is that? That's what I'm looking for. There we go. All right, bet. Actually, I want to go to the teams. Teams. LA Clippers. No, not you guys. I think it's pretty simple right now. Who has the most cap space going into this? Hell no. No way the Hawks have $122 million. Nobody have 122 million. Oh, probably they don't have any players signed. That's why. Okay, that's dumb. Y'all don't count. Y'all don't count because y'all clearly have. Y'all don't count. But the Rockets, I think the Rockets are pretty simple. We know what they're trying to do. We know what they're trying to do. They have Fred VanVleet on a. Let me see. Let me go to Fans Bro and get this. All these tools to get this shit done is so live. How do we do this? Draft teams free agency 2020. Yeah, let me go here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, actually, all the free agents are right here. Let me go here. No, not Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis is on the Celtics. They haven't even finalized that yet. Let me go by position, actually. Here we go. Let's go by point guards. Let's go by guard. Let's go by point guards. Update. Number 1 point guard is Kyrie. I think Kyrie's probably going to re-sign. I think he's going to resign. I think he's just entertaining offers just because he's Kyrie. But Dallas is going to resign him. They own his bird rights. They can give him the most money. Only thing that happens that could be crazy is if, James Harden gets traded and Embiid says, he's the next needle being moved. Besides that, I do not see him getting anywhere else. Like he's going to be in Dallas most likely. Fred VanVleet. So the thing about Fred VanVleet, his contract. The reason why people are tripping about Fred VanVleet, especially in Houston, because they're going to have to overpay for him. If you've seen any reports so far, he's looking at maybe like 2 years, 83 million, so around like 40 million a year. But that's because the Raptors, if they want to keep him, they can offer him around 3 years. And I believe that's close to like 33, 34, $35 million a year. If they do that, then I mean, hey, if Fred VanVleet wants to stay in Toronto, stay in Toronto. But the Rockets are a team that's been bad for the past 2-3 years. They're looking to find a point guard that can fill in a hole, doesn't turn over the ball as much. I think Fred VanVleet is an overpay. Don't get it twisted. They're overpaying for sure, but Fred VanVleet, he fits the need that they need. And I think that a lot of people are kind of crazy about the amount of money, but I mean, hey, I think the Rockets are really in a situation where they have to make that move. They have to. Not that they have to, but there's not really any other guard out here that really makes me feel no free agent guard. And on top of that, it's a 2-year deal, so the 2 years doesn't really affect their young core, the young guys. So they're gonna be all right regardless. But I mean, yeah, it's an ugly it's an ugly contract, but it's not a bad move, especially for what he's going to bring in Houston that they don't have for the past 2-3 years. So I'm not mad at that. I think D'Lo's already been rumored to re-sign with LA. I don't know. I think LA will re-sign him. I would not be surprised if he gets moved into a sign-in trade for maybe a bigger player that makes a lot of money. I don't know what LA is doing right now. Well, I mean, but then again, tomorrow is going to be crazy. What most people don't know about the new CBA too is that apparently on day one, teams have to use that money. They have to put that money towards. They have to spend a certain amount of money that day, or teams that are below the luxury tax, right? The teams that are above the luxury tax that get taxed for spending so much money, the NBA pays those teams that are under the luxury tax that bill, and they spread it across the entire league. But if you don't spend your amount of money on day one, then you only get 50% of that, I believe. And then the next season, 2024, 2025 season, you don't get any of that money. So they want teams to spend their money. So day one is going to be very, very crazy. Like a lot of things are going to be happening at that time. But I think outside of those 3 guys, man, the point guard, the point guard free agents are mid. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay, mid is okay. No, it's mid. It's mid. Okay, no, it's mid. It's mid. But I mean, there's some solid backups here. Solid backups. I don't know exactly how much they'll be re-signed for, but there's some solid backups here at the point guard position. But I think the big fish, Kyrie Irving, is going to re-sign. Fred VanVleet, I think he fades Houston or stays in Toronto. I think those are the 2 things he's going to do. D'Lo is going to get re-signed, but be wary of a sign-in trade of a big fish that might happen. They might get somebody in LA with that contract that they're going to use. I think Pat Bev will be a nice backup. people sleep on his ability to like. He's a locker room guy. I like him a lot. Westbrook, I don't know exactly where Westbrook will be headed to because I feel like if the Clippers get Harden, Westbrook is. I don't know exactly what happens with him. I don't think he's on a vet minimum like many people think he will be. I think he'll get signed for like the MLE, but nah, he's no, yeah. Outside of these guys here, Javon Carter's a really solid. He's a solid backup point guard, can defend. But yeah, man, I'm actually let me keep going down and make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, nah. Yeah, not too crazy of a point guard free. This entire class is not that crazy as a free agency class. What's good? Hey, appreciate y'all for tapping in, bro. It's a late stream. Like I said already, I just wanted to go and talk about some of my favorite free agents. Leave a like. Appreciate it again, man. You know, like I said, I post videos and all that. The live stream game, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that good at it yet, but I'm gonna get there. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me though. For real. But that's the point guard list. Like I said already, what I think about those guys. The shooting guards that are free agents, I don't know if it's that crazy. So Bruce Brown. Okay, so Bruce Brown is rumored to he's all over the place. If you're a contending team, everybody's saying they're gonna get Bruce Brown. I don't know. I've heard LA. I've heard like the Rockets. I think a lot of teams that have the money to pay him. I think he's worth he's gonna get the full MLE. And I actually before I want to let me show you guys what the MLE means because a lot of people don't know what the mid-level exception is. Basically, to me, the easy way to explain it is a get out of jail free card that the NBA gives you to sign players that are not vet minimums, right? So like if you notice, let me share this screen because this article really explained it really good for people to understand. If I can find it right, no, it's not right here. It's not right here. Bruv, where's it at? Actually, it's probably up here somewhere. Let me find it. Actually, no, let me type in this. Let me find it real quick. New CBA MLE. Yeah, that's it right there. Let me get it. But basically, it's like the NBA gives teams the ability to sign players when they're kind of above the luxury tax, below the luxury tax, but doesn't count against your cap. So you're able to do a lot of things with the MLE. So I think this is an article I was looking at because I made that video. I'm posting it tomorrow before free agency. Go ahead and check it out for sure. They don't show the MLE percentages in here because I want to show it to you because like it really makes a lot of sense because I've always heard MLE and stuff like that. I never understood what it meant, but bro, that is so buns. Was this Sports Illustrated? It was not Sports Illustrated. I think it was. If it's gonna load, golly, my internet is so slow, and I'm paying all this money for what? Actually, I'm just gonna type in amount. That's probably what I should have typed in. Amount. I was out here not clicking amount when I should have just done that. I think this is not it. I think I have it here. I think I have it on my drive. Let me go here. That's besides the point. Regardless, the MLE is basically they allow teams to use it to go ahead and pay guys, basically. So if you're a team that's above the luxury tax, like above the salary cap, right? But you're under the luxury tax and you're paying. Oh no, fuck it. I'm not even gonna do it because I gotta go to my notes to make sure I find it. But basically, you have a lot of money to pay a player when you're that doesn't count against your cap. That's all it really is. But let me show this. Bet Bruce Brown. I think the Lakers are trying to use their MLE to sign him. I honestly think Bruce Brown is worth more than that, but he's like around $12 million apparently. They can still keep Austin Reeves, but Bruce Brown, he's a wild card to me. I don't know exactly where he can go. I think he's going to be the surprise signing from a team we don't even expect. But the Lakers are going to try to get this guy. Do I think he's going to perform the same way he did in Denver and LA? Personally, I don't think so. I don't think his 3-point shooting percentage is going to be. What did he shoot this year? Let me go to his shooting percentage. Because he was on the Nets, I believe, the year before, and he was actually pretty solid. He wasn't a bad player. He's been pretty good. He shot this year. This year he shot 36% on 3 attempts. Season before he shot. Well, actually, he's improved as a shooter every single year he's been in the league. Played with Jokic, played with KD and them boys. Well, he shot 28% one year, but 40% one year on 1 attempt. But he improved as a shooter this year. He definitely did. Very, very good defender, hustle player. Yeah, that's a guy that championship teams want. And I think a lot of he's going to be on a championship contending team when free agency starts. Austin Reeves, this is going to be huge. Are the Lakers going to be able to keep him? I think they can match any offer. I think the only team that really, really has a shot at taking him off the Lakers is the Rockets, but I don't think the Rockets are going to do that. I think they have other guys that they're looking for. They already have a young core. So I think the Lakers will be able to keep Austin Reeves, unless, because again, the team with the most money is going to be the team that can steal players, and that's the Rockets. But I know they have interest in Austin Reeves, but assuming the Fred VanVleet deal does not go through, I think they might try to get him, but I think he's going to return back to the Lakers. Karis LeVert, unrestricted. I believe, yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent. I don't know how much he'll probably go for. I mean, if Bruce Brown's going for the MLE, like around 12 point, like around, I would say like 12, 13 million. I assume LeVert's like around 12, around that same price, maybe a little bit lower. He'd be a solid player off the bench for a lot of people, for a lot of teams that need offense. Not as efficient, but let me see. Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert. Karis, yeah, because I remember he's been traded literally every single year. It feels like it. 12 points this year. Actually, not a bad efficiency wise. Shot 40%, damn near 40% from 3 on 4 attempts. How many minutes he played? 30? I'm not gonna lie, that's not a bad contract to look at. That's not a bad contract, depending on how much he's looking for. Hey, appreciate you, K Spears. Appreciate you. Bucks need to go for Dame. See now, even sign that trade with Middleton and players and draft. See now, again, that's why I've said, and I think if y'all missed the earlier part of the stream, I've stressed where I honestly believe that the Harden deal, it could be a huge domino into what happens in the next few weeks. I think that if that happens and, maybe Embiid acts out, or, the Heat miss out on Harden and they go after Dame, there's a lot of things that can happen, bro. And I think the Bucks with Dame would be see, now this is the thing. If the Bucks do a sign and trade with Middleton players and draft picks, I would assume that they try to keep Brook Lopez too. But Brook could be gone due to the fact that the Rockets are, trying to get him too as well. But I've already said it. Y'all see my videos, man. I've been said he needs to go. I've been said Damian Lillard needs to go ahead and pack that up. They need to pack that up. They need to get him out of there. But Karis LeVert is actually not a bad player. I don't think he's always had efficiency wise where he's been on and off on teams. But off the bench as a guy that can be your not a six. He could be a 6 man, but I don't know if he'll fulfill that role as one of the best 6 men in the league. But he'd be a very, very solid piece off the bench. Malik Beasley, it just never worked out in LA. It just never worked out. I don't know if it was a confidence thing, but he's a quality 3-point shooter. I think he probably played himself out of like a big contract, but I could see him going for like maybe 11, 12. I could see that. Malik Beasley he'll be somewhere. DiVincenzo, didn't work out in Golden State, but it wasn't his fault. It literally was not his fault. Like, there was too many pressing matters in that situation due to lineups, rotations, all that. But I think he's another solid hustle piece. He kind of reminds me of Bruce Brown, but I think his offense is much better than Bruce Brown's. I think he's personally. I think Bruce Brown's a better defender, but DiVincenzo is actually very much better on offense. And I think around like a better situation, he would have really, really thrived. Because he was on that championship team with the Bucks. He got injured in the playoffs, like that first game. But like, bro was like a reliable piece for the Bucks, man, like in 2021. So yeah, outside of that, those guys, you got a bunch of guys who I just feel like Matisse is probably going to get kept. I think he's going to probably be back in the Blazers. He's restricted. Seth Curry. I don't know if Seth Curry will actually. It depends. Well, he's unrestricted, so you can actually try to sign him outright. But yeah, a lot of these other guys, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Mid, but like, yeah, they cool. They mid, bro. And nothing crazy. Sign and trade. You know what's crazy? I honestly believe that if this Harden news came out before, if this Harden news came out like 2 weeks ago, I truly believe the Warriors would have made a move to get him. They would have made that same move to get Harden because the Warriors made that move to get off the books going into next season. So Harden's deal is going to be off next season. If you ask me, would I take Harden or CP3? I'm taking Harden right now. And I think that, like, we all know Harden Harden plays his style of ball. But in Golden State, imagine Steph running off ball with James Harden running pick and rolls. That'd be a dangerous offense. That'd be such a dangerous offense. Can you imagine that? I know the fit of the two players looks disgusting and is weird, but I honestly believe the Warriors would have entertained bringing in Harden if this news broke out 2 weeks ago. I truly believe that. But yeah, that's the shooting guards. Yeah, I'm good. Small forwards, let's check them out real quick. Chris Middleton, he's gonna resign. I think that's a given already. Kyle Kuzma is trying to get paid. Shout out to the anonymous. Hey man, first of all, we need to pay our respects to. Oh, actually, just dropped the. Oh wow, wait a minute. Hold on. Breaking. It was 8 minutes ago. Not that crazy. Harrison Barnes resigns with the Kings. I'm not gonna lie, I don't care. But yeah, I had to at least let y'all know y'all in the stream. So yeah. But we need to actually what's it called? Let me see. No, I can't even find it. Where is it at? What was it? The anonymous, the analyst? What was that man's name? Bro, I can't even find that guy. The anonymous analysis. I can't remember what his name is. But bro got packed up by Woj. Sucks. Bro got packed up by Woj. Hate to see it. Yeah, ew. I don't know. I'm not too fond of the Kings. Overpaid. Those 3 years. It was 3 years. What? Let me see again. Oh my god, my stuff is so slow. 3 years, 54 million. That's not that bad. 3 years, 54 million is literally what? If I know my math correctly. It's like 18 mil. 18 mil a year. You can get off that contract. That's not that bad. The thing about these new contracts is you got to sign dudes to what they're actually worth. That's what the new CBA is about. If you sign overpaid dudes and you can't move the contract, you're screwed. But if you can move off that contract, then yeah, 18 million a year ain't that crazy. You can get off that contract. But Kyle Kuzma definitely trying to get paid. He's not coming back to Washington. I don't know where he's gonna head to. I don't know. I think he's worth more than MLE, so he's gonna pay more than 13 million a year. Who has enough cap space to get him though, and who actually has reasons to go get him? Indiana? Indiana. Nah, I don't see that. Indiana cap space. I'm trying to rank this from my cap space. Oh, I gotta update it. Duh, stupid. Duh. A lot of teams are in the negatives, but that can change. They can still make a lot of moves. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where exactly he's gonna go. But he is a solid player. He had a really, really good season. This year. Let me check his stats again. Stats. Could he go back to LA? No, they couldn't. He couldn't. I don't think they have enough money to just outright sign dudes. They had to make a lot of like signing trades and stuff to get him. Well, he shot 33% from 3. Yikes. Yeah, it was 21 though. Kind of an efficient year. Not too bad of a down year efficiency wise. 21-7 and that's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. He's not bad at all. Kuzma has actually developed into a really, really solid player while people are sleeping on him. But he's really good. Okay, but you got Cameron Johnson. I think the two big teams, I think he's one of the bigger free agents. I think the Nets are going to try to keep him, but I think two teams that are going to try to get him off that team, I think Detroit is going to be a huge team to try to overpay for him. I think they'll try to do it. I think drafting Asar Thompson, great pickup. I think he'll probably come off the bench, but having Cam Johnson next to Ivy, Cade, Duran, they need a reliable 3-and-D guy, and they got the money to spend. Well, actually, do they have the money to spend? Well, they have a lot of rookie deals, so they can move contracts and stuff. But Cameron Johnson, I think and head coach Monty Williams is a new head coach there, so there's already some ties there. I saw Houston maybe doing this, but with the fact that they drafted two like wing, they drafted Cam Whitmore and Amen Thompson, and I think they have other fish to fry at the point guard and center position. Another wing just doesn't make sense. It would have been nice there, but Cam is solid. He's a really, really solid player that can play both sides. But yeah, I like him a lot. But I think he's going to be at the net. He's going to be a net or a Piston. I think that's what it'll be. Dylan Brooks. I got a bone to pick, bro. Suns should go for Turner. They could do it. They could definitely do it. They could definitely do it. Actually, yeah, that's simple. It's Ayton. They don't have picks to throw in that. I feel like if they trade Hield and Turner, Pacers are gonna want. No, the Suns. Well, if you're giving up Hield and Turner for Ayton, the Suns would have to give up some picks, and they don't have nothing to give up. So I don't see that happening. I don't know how they're gonna do it. But yeah. Let's see. Am I sharing the screen? Yeah. But Dylan Brooks, I think people are sleeping on Dylan Brooks. Like the reports for Dylan Brooks, man. Like guys apparently about to make is in the field of around 8 million, like not 8 million, $12 million, barely above the MLE. And like people are like asking as if like he's not worth the money. Like this is one of the better defenders in the one of the better defenders in the game right now. So right now, if you look at like around 2 years, 28, 32 million, that's like 14, 16 million for one of the best defenders in the league. Now, don't get me twisted. Bro is shit on offense right now. Like in Memphis, his offense is literally his offense low-key lost him some games. And I truly believe it. And people will be mad at the fact that, he's a great defender and all that. But he did lose him some games due to his offense. But I do think that in a reduced role, he's a much more impactful player. You can talk about a guy like Memphis they've been one of the best defensive teams for the past 3 years. And it's been due to the fact that I'm having Jaren Jackson Jr., the way they play defense, and people can't sleep on how impactful Dylan Brooks is on the defensive end. Is he a pest and annoying and sometimes does some dirty shit? Absolutely. We're not gonna ignore that. We know that. We definitely know that. But yeah, man, like come on, like Dylan Brooks, come on, man. Like this, I get it, bro. I get it. Bro is annoying, and bro looked really, really bad in the Lakers series. He looked really bad. But like, I'm talking about a guy that, even in a reduced role, let's say he's playing like how many minutes did he play this year? He played like 30 minutes this year. He plays maybe like 26 minutes a game this season for the Rockets. Maybe comes off the bench, plays defense, be able to put him into the lineup to defend. You can do that. Now he's been a better where was his 3-point percentage at? Shot, it's dipped a little, and I think it's because he's been much more of trying to push the emphasis as a scorer for Memphis. Because I mean, their main scorers not scorers, but their main offensive initiators is Ja and Tyus Jones at the time when he was there. But bro, like Dylan Brooks, from a defensive standpoint, I think anybody would take him on their team, bro. Did he make an all-defensive team last year? I want to see. Oh, I didn't share the screen. Crap, I forgot. Damn, I did it. It's the first time I messed up. But let me show it again. Yeah, his 3-point percentage was like he didn't shoot too good, but he's been able to shoot the 3 ball. But I think having more usage, having a higher usage rate on the offense for the Grizzlies hasn't really been great to him. I don't think that's been good to him. I think he needs a reduced role for him to be a defender. And I also think that you need those type of guys who are just, the word is loud, but that leave a mark on the court. I know, again, I don't agree with the dirty shit and all that stuff that he does and all that extra stuff. Like, no, I don't. But he plays like like a pit bull on the court all the time. So I would take him on my team. And I think one of the big reasons why I would take him, he's on a steal. It's a steal of a contract. Like what? 12, like 16 million? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. For one of the guys who made all defensive team last year, no. I'm gladly taking that. Why can't I find his damn achievements? They don't like you that much, bro. What was it? He made all defensive team, second team last year. Was he? It was 24th last year. Okay, bet. So he's always been one of the better defenders in the game. Like, so let's cut the bullshit. He's been there. You said Suns don't need Brooks. I don't even think they can get Brooks. I don't think he's in the conversation. Because, like, again, back to the MLE that I talked about. The Suns are in a position where they're under that second tax apron that I talked about. Where once you hit that second tax apron, you are basically like in no man's land. You in limbo. You can't do nothing. But their MLE that they can use isn't going to be a lot. It's not going to be there's different types of MLE that teams can use. Like there's teams that if you're below the salary cap, then you get a certain amount of money that you can use. I think it's like 7.5. If you're a team that's above the salary cap, but below the luxury tax, then you get like the full MLE. And there are teams that are tax-paying teams that get a certain type of money they can use in trades. Yeah, so there's different types of money that you can use, but the Suns will not have enough money to offer Dillon Brooks, actually bring him in, unless he wants to just like not get paid as much as he's worth. But man, I'm talking too much about Dillon Brooks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Enough about that nigga, bro. But yeah, that's about it. You got other guys here. I got other guys, some other small forwards. Kelly Oubre, Yuta Watanabe, solid. I think Golden State really wants him. Solid 3-point shooter, has a length to defend. He looked really, really good when the Nets were playing ball with KD, and I think they wanted like a 15-game win streak, or they're looking really good back in December before KD and Kyrie asked for a trade. But he's a solid player. I like Yuta Watanabe. But yeah, those are really the small forwards. Let's get to the next group, power forwards. Again, like up the stream, man. Like up the stream, bro. Appreciate y'all again. Turn my phone on. See if she sent my. Oh wow, did. Wow. So we have Draymond Green. Not gonna lie, this is interesting too. So again, like I said, when it comes down to the James Harden trade, but that's probably going to occur. At least ripple effects. If the Blazers are able to somehow, build a contender with bringing in Embiid, or maybe they trade out Dame, then I think Draymond comes back to Golden State. But I don't think Draymond's gonna leave Golden State. I think no. After them trading Poole away, like it'd be crazy for him to leave them, and I don't see that. Jeremy Grant, again, like I said, it really just depends on how. Yeah, I think Dame wants Jeremy Grant to stay. So if Dame is still in Portland, then I guess they'll keep him. But I could definitely see him getting signed and then maybe getting traded immediately after for another player that might be coming in. Kenyon Martin Jr. just got they picked up his team option, so he's back. PJ Washington. I don't think PJ Washington's. I didn't know Hachimura was a restricted free agent. I didn't know that. Huh. I thought he was unrestricted, and the Lakers were probably going to lose him. But that means they'll probably keep him. They can match any offer. PJ Washington, I don't know if he's restricted. So, I don't know if any team's going to really, really overpay for PJ Washington. But, right now, the power forward position is none too crazy for me. Jalen McDaniels, Trey Lyles, he's unrestricted. Not a bad player. His brother's weight is better, but like he's not bad. Nah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. This free agent class is not that crazy at all. Nothing really from the power forwards. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll go to the centers. Let's go to the centers, man, and wrap this up. Brook Lopez, I think he's like one of the top free agents in this class. As a Rockets fan, I want him in Houston. We talk about overpaying for guys. I will overpay for Brook Lopez. I will overpay for Brook Lopez. I will gladly overpay for Brook Lopez. I think that, again, one of the better rim protectors in the game. Has won a championship. Great locker room guy. For my team in Houston, that's a guy that I want. And not to mention, we just drafted a twin, Amin Thompson. Brook Lopez's twin, Robin Lopez, would be a great, just like understanding dudes' situations and being a mentoring leader. Just small little things like that. I ain't gonna lie, small little things like that. But I think that from a guy who can stretch the floor and protect the rim, bro, that's the prototypical big in today's game. You need that. So yeah, I would gladly take him. I think the Bucks are gonna do whatever they can to try to re-sign him. But the thing is, will they be able to keep him on because he's, what is he, 35 right now? I mean, are you gonna really sign a dude for 3-4 years? He's gonna be 39. I don't know. That's a question mark for them. But we'll see. I think Brooke has a lot of, and the LA has said that they're looking to get him. I don't know how they're gonna get him, because unless he wants to go for cheap, I mean, you could, but I mean, again, money talks. Hopefully Houston tries to get him. Jakob Poeltl, I think that this is also a solid backup big. Unrestricted as well, so you could probably get him as well. I don't know what his worth is. I mean, this last year he made $8 million. Okay, he's worth more than that. I think he's probably looking at the $16-17 million range. No, well, 6 is kind of high. I'll say maybe higher than an MLE, a full MLE, which is like 12 million. I think that this is a guy that'd be a solid backup big. The LA could look at him. I think playing next to him next to AD, but not just LA. I could see there's so many other teams that have cap space too, though. Mo Bamba to Houston. He's not bad. I saw this on Twitter, and I gotta give this to one of the Rockets content creators, Chop Shop on YouTube. The Chop Shop on YouTube. Go get them a follow or subscribe on YouTube. Frank was saying that Mo Bamba, he's dealt with a lot of injuries, but he wasn't able to, win the starter position against Moritz Wagner on the Magic. So it's like, he's a really, really good player, but is he good enough to like command use? Like, is he that good is really the question mark. Because he's been in Orlando. He really wasn't impressive, but I don't know. I mean, Dwight Powell, Mason Plumlee. Mason Plumlee is actually not a bad player. I would not mind a Mason Plumlee in Houston. I'm talking about Houston. This is my team. But I'm just saying in general, Mason Plumlee is a good backup big. A very, very good backup big. I think he was, when the Clippers traded for him and brought him in, he was a really impactful player. A positive backup big for Zubac. So, and a little bit more athletic too. So, he can, I won't say he's a lob catching big, like, that super, super athletic, but he can do that. He's solid. Dwight Powell, Mavericks fans tell me that he's mid, and I would I would agree so, but I think as a backup big, he's pretty solid in his role. But the big man here, Kevin Love. Oh yeah, Kevin Love. No, that's another guy who I think some contending teams will look at. I mean, he kind of found a role in Miami. But yeah, that's about it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's about it. There's a lot of Mo Bamba. I'm gonna look at his. I'll look at his minutes. I'll look at Mo Bamba's minutes. Let me look at his minutes. Mo Bamba. Let me see. All right, so he's been playing. Well, okay, fair enough. He only played like the most minutes he's played is 25. So average a block a game within that amount of minutes. I miss you from 3. Actually, the more you talk about it, the more I can see the Rockets taking a chance on him. But personally, I just feel like if we're gonna bring anybody in, it should be an older guy, a vet. That's personally what I think. A guy who's been in the league for some time. I know he was drafted in 2018, so not necessarily a vet, but he's seen his ways around the league. But I just think you need some bodies here who been around the way. But a guy, again, if you want to pick up Mo, if some teams want to give Mo Bamba a contract, I think he might go for maybe like, I would say he's like an $8 million guy right now. $8 million, maybe less. Take a chance on him. The Lakers couldn't because he was injured. You could do it. I could see it, man. I could see. I see what you were saying. For sure. Nah, man. But it's like an hour in. Let me go ahead and wrap this up real quick. First of all, again, shout out to anyone that tapped in for real. I'm not gonna lie. Again, the James Harden trade, we talked about that. Again, my biggest takeaways from that, they couldn't come to a deal. Now it just comes down to where Harden wants to go. Where does he want to play this next season? And I think his value is kind of like it's not the highest. The Sixers probably won't get enough back, and I think that they're probably going to look to I thought the trade would happen tonight, but I know they're searching for ways to at least gain some stuff back for James Harden on a 1 year deal now. But a lot of teams are going to go after him. I think the best team again is the Clippers. I think you send in the package Norman Powell, Marcus Morris, throw in some picks. You know, take one more shot at trying to win a championship in LA with those three guys in Kawhi, PG, and Harden. I don't know. I think right now that Harden trade, depending on how that goes, can really turn free agency up on its head. But yeah, we went over some of the free agent class, how they looked, what I think about them. Don't be surprised. Tomorrow is going to be crazy. Tomorrow's going to be crazy with so many different moves. But until then, y'all, shout out again. Thank you again for tapping in. Leave a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel, turn that post notification bell on so you don't miss a video. I have a video dropping tomorrow about the CBA so you can understand how that works going into the next few years, because the new CBA is going to be here until like 2030. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Should be dropping tomorrow, like I said, like maybe 2:00 before the free agency begins. But yeah, man, shout out to you guys again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. Actually, we hope something crazy happens. Turn them Woj notifications on. No cap. That boy, like I got like Woj, Chance, and all them boys on. But yeah, shout out to y'all again, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all. Appreciate y'all again.